In this task, we're going to create the conversation views and messages view. So under F, views, we're going to create a new folder named conversations. And under that, we're going to create a new file named index.html.yb. First, we're going to create a new row. And under this row, we create a new column. So inside here, we'll create a new panel. Right, so we got the panel heading, and here we're going to say your conversations. Right, and we're going to create a panel body. Inside the panel body, let's create a new container. Now inside the container, we're going to get the conversations.each do conversation, and don't forget the close tag. Now inside here, first let's create a new variable named other, and we're going to check conversation.sender equal current user or not. If that is equal to current user, then the other should be conversation.recipient. Otherwise, it should be conversation.sender. So this one is just want to check if the current user is a sender, then the other person in this conversation should be recipient. Otherwise, they should be sender. Now here we're going to create link to, and we'll link to conversation messages path conversation do. Inside this link, let's create a new row. Right, and for this row, we're going to create a new class named conversation. We don't have this one yet, but we're going to create in a bit. And for each row, we're going to create 3 columns. So the first column would be called MD2. The second one should be MD2 as well, and the third one should be MD8. For the first column, we're going to say image tag URL art, so we pass the other. The class should be image circle and avatar medium. Now for the second one, let's display the username, right? So full name. Make a break. And also we want to display the conversation.message messages.last.message time. So that means we're going to display the time of the latest message between these two people. Right, for the last one, we're going to display the conversation.messages.last.content. Alright, save it. Now under here, let's say hit3 all user. We're going to get a list of users, so you can click on the user that you want to send a message. We're doing this just for testing purpose, so after this we're going to remove this part. user dot each do user, and here we're going to say and. Now for each user, we're going to check if user is not a current user. Then we're going to display user full name. And also we'll create a link to, and this one says send message, and that's actually linked to the conversations path. And we're going to pass a sender ID, right, which is the current user.id, and the recipient ID is user.id. Here is an important part. We say method would be post. After that, just make a break. Right, so that's it for this index for conversation. Next, under F, views, open the new folder. Right, so we're going to create a new folder named messages. And under that, we're going to create a new file named index.html.erb. Now first, we're going to create a new row. And inside this row, we're going to create two new columns. So first one would be called MD3. Second one would be MD9. Now for the first one, let's say this one is text center. So for the first column, we want to display first the image tag, avatar, URL, right, of the other, and the class would be image circle, avatar, medium. Make a break here, and for this one, we're going to display the name. So we got other dot full name. And last, let's create a new link and say view profile, and that's linked to the profile of the other, and the style sheet for this one btn default and white. Alright, save it. Okay, so for the second column, now let's say we want to display a panel. So we've got panel default. And here we're going to create a new panel heading. And I'm going to say conversations with other dot full name, and then panel body. So inside a panel body, let's create a new container, and inside here we're going to get a new form. Right, so let's say we've got a form for conversation, and conversation dot messages dot new do f, and again don't forget the and close. Now first one, we're going to get new text area. f.text area. Right, this one for the content, and I would say the ID would be new message. The placeholder, so let's say add a personal message, and for the class is phone control. We also want to pass a hidden field here, so I'm going to say field hidden field. Right, so it should be user ID, and the value is current user .id. Now the last thing is the submit button. So I'm going to say div action. We're going to declare the f.submit and send message, and the class would be btn and btn primary. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Now here we got a form for user to type the message. Now we need a way to display the message. So I'll just minimize this one. So under this whole block, I'm going to create a new div, right? And let's say the ID is chat. Here we're going to render a parser named messages. Now I just realized that in this license 13 I'm missing the add here. Alright, so the others add other is the correct one. Looks good. Right, we don't have this one yet, so we do it now. Under F views messages, let's create a new file. Underscore. Remember we create the message as a partial view, so that's why I need underscore. So underscore messages dot html dot erb. What we need to do here, let's say for s messages dot h do message. Okay, now let's create a new div panel. Alright, now inside here we just need to create panel body. We don't need panel heading in this case. Let's create an image tag, avatar URL, alright, and we're going to pass the message.user here. The class would be image circle avatar small. So inside this we're going to display the full name. I'll say message.user.fullname. Alright, now what we need to display? Oh, okay, we need to display the message time. So let's say message time. Now for the class, let's say right. Okay, nearly done. Let's make a break here and create a new div, and this div is message.content, Now for the class, we're going to say row space 2. Now save it. Okay, so remember in the conversation index, we just create a new classic conversation, but we haven't got it yet. So we do it now. Open F access style sheet and application.scls. Let's create a new one here. Now first we say conversation, and for the conversation color would be, and for the padding, let's say 10 pixel. Alright, now for the conversation hover or conversation focus, we just need to change the background color to this. Alright, so that's it. Now restart the server and open your web browser. Go to this link, localhost 3000 and conversations. At the moment, we don't have any conversation yet, so that's why this one blank. Now just notice that here I just log in as Iron Man, and now I'm going to send Leo a message, so I'll just click here. Alright, now as you can see on the link here, it just create an ID for conversation and we got a message. Now also, because I'm sending a message to Leo, so that's why I got Leo here. Now I'll just say, hey Leo. Click send message. And now as you can see, we got a message here. To give you a better understanding of how things work, I just open another browser. So this one I'm using Chrome, and this one I'm using Safari. You need to open a different browser to make it work. So in Safari, I'm going to log in as Leo. Okay, so now I'm going to conversations. Yep, so now as you can see, if I got this here and I got Iron Man, and if I click here, I just go to the conversation between me and Iron Man. I'll say, I'm good. Okay, awesome. Now I just send a message back to Iron Man, and in here I need to click refresh to get the updated. So now you can see how things working. Now let me explain what's happening here. So for example, you are logged in as Iron Man, and first when you go into this link, which is conversations, right, it's going to run the index action, and there are two things here. First, you're going to get the list of all user and display here. So all user exclude Iron Man, so that's why I got Leo. And also it's going to get all the conversation involving to current user. So the current user in this case is Iron Man, and it's going to get the list of conversation belong to Iron Man. Now when you click on the create send message, actually it running the create action here. And as you can see, first it's going to check to see if there is any conversation between sender and recipient. So in this case, sender is Iron Man and recipient is Leo. So if that exists, then it just get the conversation. Otherwise, it's going to create a brand new one. So now, because we already got a conversation between Leo and Iron Man, if I click send a message, it's actually just open the exist conversation. Now let's explain a little bit about the other variable here. So first, for each conversation, we're going to get a new variable named other, and this other just checking to see if the current user is sender. If not, then we're going to display the other one. So for example, in this case, as I log in as Iron Man, so the other should be Leo. But if I open the other browser, I'm logged in as Leo, so the other one in this case is Iron Man. So it doesn't matter who is the sender, who is the recipient, we just need to find out the other person in this conversation. So now you get the idea. Now for the message controller, it's pretty much similar. So when you click on index action, it's actually is running to this URL. Alright, so we got a conversation and the ID of the conversation and the messages. Now first we need to do two things. You need to find out who's the other. So in this case, I just log in as Iron Man, so the other should be Leo. And we're going to get all the messages belong Leo and Iron Man. So we're going to display all the messages here. Alright, so if I want to create a new message, I just type it in here and click on the same message. And at the moment I click on the same message, it's just running the create action. And it's going to create new messages with the content and the user ID. And after that, it's going to get the new list of messages and to display in here. So the newest one should get at first. And can you see that if the message is saved, that means we can create a new message. It just redirect to conversation messages path, which is this one, conversation and messages. Alright, so that's it for this session, guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's a bit advanced here, so feel free to rewatch the video of the whole task to make sure you understand before moving to the next part. If you have any question, please feel free to make it in our discussion.